Yo! What is up, everybody? It's episode 9 of the Anza Sports Voice. I'm Alex.
And I'm Anthony.
And we've reached the NBA Finals. Actually, we are 2 games into the NBA Finals. But before we start, remember this is a Laveau's production, so please remember to follow Laveau's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to YouTube. Your support means a lot to us. Anthony, you want to recap real quick what has happened since episode 8?
Yeah, so basically Celtics and Mavericks in the finals. Celtics are up 2-0 now. It's been kind of dominating from the Celtics overall. Yeah. Even when they're playing bad, they still end up winning games. What do you think about it?
I think Dallas is just a bit like they haven't really been playing good specifically outside of Luka Doncic, because like no one's really giving him help. On top of that, you got a stacked Celtics team that's taking advantage of that. Therefore, that's why these 2 games have seemed to be a blowout. Game 1 was a blowout, but Dallas made it close at one point. Still ended up getting blown out. So it's more of just the depth on how good the depth of the team is playing. And so far, Boston's depth is playing very good compared to Dallas's.
Yeah, the Mavericks are, in my opinion, undermanned. Like, they're undermatched. They can't keep up with this Celtics starting 5. Drew Holiday and Derek White have had Kyrie in clamps. Like, he can't do anything. He's averaging 14.
Averaging 14 a game. Has not made a 3 in this series yet.
You know what's funny about that too is no one on the Mavericks besides Luka has made more than 1 3 in the past 2 games.
That is just...
How do you win a game when you can't even hit a 3?
That's not going to beat the Celtics. You need to regroup and figure it out, or else this will be a sweep.
Yeah, and I've noticed the Celtics are purposely leaving Derek Jones Jr. and PJ Washington open because they're not afraid of them. Like they're forcing the Mavericks to have to consistently hit shots, and they won't do that, or they can't do that right now.
They haven't been doing that, and they need to do that to keep up with this Boston team, because one simple miss could lead to a 10-0 run.
Yeah, and I think Porzingis' return is very understated, especially in Game 1. He was coming off the bench, and I believe he was
going off.
Yeah.
My goodness.
He came off the bench. He only had 20 minutes, and he had 20 points.
20 points in 20 minutes off the bench.
Yes. And Game 2, he did have an injury.
Which I have looked at his day-to-day.
Yeah, he's going to be playing.
So he will be back for Game 3.
Yeah, so... Game 1 was just a blowout. There was multiple times that the Celtics were just taking advantage of the Mavericks. Kyrie couldn't do anything, so it was really a one-man show with Luka. And even though Tatum hasn't been scoring crazy, he's been really good at distributing the ball. He's been playing amazing on defense. I think he had 11 rebounds the first game. He's just overall been playing really good. Yeah, so Game 1, while he has not been shooting good, I'll make sure that is known, he's still 16 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. And then Game 2, Tatum had 18 points, 12 assists, and 9 rebounds. So, overall, besides the shooting, he's been amazing. And a lot of people are going to hate on Tatum because he doesn't look good when he's shooting the ball right now, like especially 1 for 7 from 3.
I did see something about that. Tatum, after Game 2, statistically has the worst field goal percentage, finals career field goal percentage of any player in NBA history.
He does.
Which is at 35%.
Yeah.
35 point something percent.
Yeah.
But it's the lowest of all time of any player in the NBA Finals.
So yeah, he hasn't been shooting well, but everything else that he's doing to contribute to them winning means something. And
it's working.
Think it's definitely working. When you have great games from Drew Holiday as well,
you just have great games.
Points.
You just have great games from your team. If you can't lead your team, then at least you can help get everybody better on your team.
Yeah, and the thing about the Celtics team is that they're so well-rounded.
They're so stacked.
Yeah, they're so stacked, and they're so well-rounded that if Tatum's not having a good game, well, Jaylen Brown's gonna take
this kind of reminds me
lead
of
role.
that. This kind of reminds me of that 2017 Warriors team a little bit. Not as much, obviously, because none of these players are pretty much as good as anybody on that team, but like it's sort of up there.
I think this team is more balanced. They have a better 1 through 5, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
But
I guess
they don't have the top player like the Warriors did. The Warriors had two top.
they had Steph
top
Curry
5
and
to top
Kevin
10
Durant,
players.
and then you also had Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson was a
was the deadly shooter.
deadly shooter next to Curry, and he was also an amazing defender at that time.
And then you had Draymond Green as the great defender and also the facilitator on the
Yeah,
offense.
so I think that team was still had more star power, if that makes sense.
Yeah, this Celtics team obviously is not as good as that Warriors team, but it's definitely up there, but not on subpar. I don't think any team will ever be on the same level as that Warriors team.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. If the Celtics win, which I had them in 6, you had the Mavericks.
I
in
had
6.
the Mavs in 6. It's not looking too good.
Who do you think would be the Finals MVP?
Well, in this scenario, we'll say the Celtics win. It's probably going to be Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
Jaylen Brown's definitely been or Drew Holiday.
Yeah, I was gonna argue Drew Holiday as well.
Jaylen Brown or Drew Holiday. It's going to be one of those two. I don't think Tatum would win Finals MVP simply because of how
The shooting percentage.
this is just how bad he's been shooting. Like, yeah, he's what's the word I'm looking for? Passing the ball around to everybody and getting a lot of assists. I think he had 12 assists.
He had 12 assists in game 2.
Yeah, 12 assists in game 2. Obviously, that is really good. If he's not shooting the ball well, get your teammates involved. But the shooting percentages is really going to negate him winning a Finals MVP.
Yeah.
I definitely think it'll be Jaylen Brown or Drew Holiday to win it if the Celtics finish off the series. But if it is Dallas to win the series, then it's no doubt Luka Doncic.
For sure.
There's nobody else.
The series is not over yet. That is not at all what I'm saying. There's so many teams that have came back from being down 2-0. Let's just talk about recently. The Bucks were down 2-0 against the Suns and
In 2021, yeah.
4 straight,
And then before that, it was I think it was the Cavs in 2016 when the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead.
Yeah,
they were down 0-2 in that series as well. But a comeback from down 0-2 in a final series has only happened 5-6 times in history.
Yeah, the thing that's
So it's rare, but it happens.
Yeah, the thing that scares me about the Mavericks is the Celtics had such a poor shooting night,
And yet they still
and they
won
still
by 10 points.
Yeah, I think it was a lot. It was closer than the score said.
Or sorry, 7 points.
Yeah,
sorry.
I think it was closer than the score said. But the Celtics did not play well overall and still had.
It's
still
just the
ended up coming
Mavs.
up
It's
with a
just
win.
the Mavs played as bad as they did, so they couldn't capitalize on the missed shots.
Yeah, like the Celtics were 10 for 39 from 3,
Yeah,
and that's
what 25%. 25% nearly.
But and then you go to the Mavericks, and they were 6 for 26 from 3, and that's 23%.
23%. Yeah. So
And Luka made 4 of the 6 threes.
Yeah.
So
So if Dallas doesn't rebound game 3 and they lose, it's essentially over. But it'll be a huge win if they win game 3.
it's in Dallas.
It's in Dallas, so they got their home crowd behind them. It's just the only thing is Boston hasn't lost a road game in this playoff run yet. Their 2 losses were at home, so we'll find out.
What does Dallas need to do to win Game 3?
They need to stop shooting 3 so much. I feel like they need to try to attack. Because obviously Boston has Porzingis in there, but say he doesn't play, then they need to attack that. Because Al Horford's not going to be the greatest defender of all time and stop you every time. And also, they need to control their fouling. Derek Lively
Oh yeah, first game.
had 2 points in game 1, 5 fouls.
Did you see
and
that?
I'm pretty sure he got those 5 fouls within a span of a quarter and a half.
Yeah, did you see he had 5? I think it was in the third or fourth quarter. They showed the stats of his, and it said 0 points, 5 fouls.
Yes, I saw that. So they need to, and then they need to get him and Gafford involved way more. Yes, they're committing a lot of fouls, but they need to get their centers involved. I haven't seen a lot of Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford in this series yet. Obviously, Kristaps Porzingis kind of negates that because, the dude's 7'3". But at least try to go at him. Try to get Porzingis in foul trouble so that you could start throwing up lobs, because there's a lot of lobs that have been thrown for Dallas throughout this playoff run, and I really have not seen anything. And also, they need to get the ball around more. They had 5 assists as a team in Game 1. Yeah. It was way better in Game 2, and it was closer, but, close but no cigar is not going to help you win NBA Finals games.
For sure. I mean, they got to hit their shots.
They need to hit their shots.
It's plain and simple. They got to hit their shots.
Which is why I said stop shooting threes, try to get inside more.
Yeah, I think Kyrie needs to help out. If they want to win, you need a great game from Kyrie as well, because Luka could put up 30 points, but if everyone else is not doing well, they're going to lose. All the Celtics have to do is double on Luka, and they'll leave PJ Washington and Derek Jones open like they have been.
But those two need to hit those shots.
Yeah, they do need to hit those shots.
They've been hitting those shots, but they need
in the playoffs,
but not in the finals. In the playoffs, but not in the finals. They need to hit those shots in the finals in order to get back in this series.
And if you're the Celtics, if they want to win, it's pretty simple. Just keep playing how they've been playing.
Just keep playing how you've been doing.
Don't allow switches from Kyrie or Luka onto big men like Porzingis or Horford. Keep having Holiday and Derek White stay guarding them, following them. Holiday's done an amazing job defensively. Jaylen Brown as well. Jaylen Brown, I believe the first game had three blocks and 3 steals. So they've been amazing on defense overall. So
it's just all about not taking a wrong step. Because if Boston takes a wrong step, Dallas could easily get back in this series.
Yeah, for sure. Don't give them anything to. Don't give them any hope. Don't give them any motivation to come back. If the Celtics really want the series, they gotta take one at Dallas, at least one.
Yeah, if they win Game 3, it's essentially over at that point. But
you never know.
You never know. It's the NBA. Nothing is safe. No lead is safe in the NBA anymore. So,
for sure. I mean, real quick before we end this end the podcast for today, what is your predictions for Game 3?
I think Dallas will win this in a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Yes, Dallas is at home, but I got Dallas winning it in a comeback game. And I could see Kyrie having a bounce-back game. Not having any of those stupid 14-point, 0 3-pointer games. I think he's going to have at least 20 in this game in a rebound game. But close. I'm going to say it's going to be less than 10 points.
I'm going to have Dallas winning this game. This is a must-win for them. I think they have so much more to lose than Boston in this game specifically. Yeah. I think Kyrie needs to have a great game. I think Kyrie needs to have 22+ for them to win. And I already know Luka's going to do his thing. And if the Celtics want to win, I think this is the game where Tatum needs to put up a 20+ point game. He can't shoot as bad as he's been shooting. And everyone else, I mean, their contributions have been amazing. Drew Holiday's going to keep doing his thing, I think. And same as Jaylen Brown, Derek White. And I think Porzingis needs to be involved more. He's been amazing in the first 2 games, and I don't think anyone on the Mavericks has the size to guard him, being 7'3". So if the Celtics want to win, they just keep doing their brand of basketball.
Yep. All right, guys, that's going to be the end of it. End of episode 9 of the Anza Sports Voice. I'm Alex. Anthony's right next to me.
Yes, sir.
Remember to follow Lavos on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. This will likely be the second to last episode. So for any of you who have stuck around to watch all 9 episodes up to this point, we really appreciate you. Thank you guys for sticking with us for this entire playoff run. It's been stressful, but in life you gotta push through the stressful times, which we have.
For sure.
Like I said, and even though it's been stressful, it's been fun. It's been fun recording. You guys, if any of you guys know, I was solo for episode 1, and then Anthony joined me from episode 2 on. So it's been a fun ride.
Yeah, it's for sure
been a fun ride. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Today is June 11th, Tuesday.
Tomorrow, June 12th.
Tomorrow, June 12th, Wednesday, will be Game 3. So make sure you guys watch that. All right. See you guys.
Peace.